warranty?
Yes, yeah, it's all been paid for. And they've replaced the fuel rail, they've replaced sensors, they've replaced the high-pressure fuel pump.
Yeah, this sounds like people that don't know what the problem is.
Well, and that's, yeah, I agree. They've never given me any explanation as
So
to...
what are the symptoms? Let's put it that way. Just the light, or do you have symptoms?
No, just the light comes on.
And it's the engine light, right?
It's never stranded me. It's never...
So when the light comes on, you don't notice anything different with the performance. Nope. Jeff Vick, nope. I say it's a bad light. I don't know. Is there such a thing?
No, there's something prompting the light. There's a reason why they're going after the fuel system. But are you going to the same dealer?
And do they put it on the? Do they put it on the computer? By the way.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and they should be able to watch You should be able to watch a movie on the data stream and figure out where the anomaly is coming from.
What do you mean a movie?
You can actually record the data. You'll have data going down the road, and when the problem occurs, we can actually record while we're driving, so we can come back to the shop and we can sit down and we can watch what was happening with that vehicle during that drive cycle.
But man, have they spent money on injectors, fuel rail, high pressure pump? I mean, they spent some money on this.
Well, throwing parts at it, sooner or later you'll fix it, but it's an expensive way to do it.
And luckily it's not costing her. So you're calling out of convenience more than anything, right? Inconvenience, I mean.
Well, no, I found a lawyer who...
For what?
Who made a complaint to GM for me.
But why? I mean, why a lawyer? I mean, this is not, this is way beyond the lemon law.
Well, I know that. I understand that.
What are you going for with the attorney? What was your hope with the attorney?
Well, so he contacted GM, and they've offered me basically $7,000.
How much did you pay for it?
The truck?
Yeah.
$62,000.
So what's $7,000 for? Just to slap you, or what? What's $7,000?
That's what I feel like.
You mean a settlement, and do they end your warranty or what?
No, the warranty will stay, but if there are any future issues, if something comes up with the truck, they've written me off. I'm done. So
what does that mean? The warranty continues. But you mean after the warranty?
I have a 5-year. Yeah. Well, the warranty will cover me for 5 years or 100,000 miles, and I have another year basically on the warranty.
Got it.
But after that, I mean,
that's the way it always is after that.
I mean,
I don't get what the $7,000 for. I mean, I think that it's actually pretty good because what they're saying is we're still going to fix it, but here's $7,000 for your trouble is what they're saying, right? So you can go to another dealer. Have you ever gone to another dealer?
No, I have a referral to another dealer.
Hold on a second. Where have you been going with your truck?
Johnson Auto Plaza in Brighton.
Are you located up north?
Yes.
All right, I'm going to give you a hands-down, absolute, positive place to go that will fix that truck, and you get the $7,000. Take the $7,000. How much do you have to pay your attorney?
3. Well, he gets 3, and I get 7.
Cool.
So it's total 10.
He did a good job, man.
Did he? I don't feel like
well, Sharon, Sharon, they don't offer money like that. Plus, wait a minute. Let me get this straight. You get the normal warranty. You get the truck. Hold on. And you get $10,000. And these people are saying, we're still going to fix it under warranty. So go to Purefoy Chevrolet.
Well, Tom, that's where I bought the truck.
Well, go there.
And I stopped going there
because
of the way the service guys were treating me when I went in.
What service guys treated you badly? Any Jerry?
No, Jerry's delightful. But they hired this young guy right after I bought my truck, and I can't say what I think about him on the air.
No, hold on a second. Is Jerry still there? Is Jerry still there?
I don't know. I haven't been there in a couple of years.
Well, I'm telling you, man, when you want to talk about people who can get action and find problems, that's always been the go-to for us with Chevy. But if you don't want to go there, there's nothing I can do about it, then go to another dealer. Go to another Chevy dealer. You are not – in fact, why do people keep going back to the same dealer? I have never, ever, ever figured that out. So are you calling me to ask if that's a good deal? What are you calling about since they offered you $7?
That's basically what I'm asking. Do you think that's a reasonable deal?
Yeah, I sure as hell do. But what you're saying is, well, if I take it, they're saying they wash their hands of the truck. No, they're not. They're saying they're going to treat you like any other customer. They're going to service it under warranty, and when the warranty's done, they're going to treat you like any other customer. They're doing I don't see how they're singling you out except giving you money. Jeff, do you see any harm in this?
No, I don't. But she said she had a 5-year, $100,000. That sounds like an extended warranty. If that's the case,
you for an extended.
If that's the case, then you don't even have to go to the dealer to get that work done.
Sharon, let me ask you something. Are you done with the normal warranty on that? Are you into your extended warranty now?
Yeah, we bought it when we bought the truck.
Okay. Then as Jeff said, you don't even have to go to a Chevy dealer, technically.
Okay, I would take it somewhere else when the check engine light comes back on, and I had somebody else planned to take it to anyway, because the last time I went to Johnson Auto Plaza, they were like, "We hate seeing you drive in here with this truck," and I was like, "Well, yeah, me too."
All right, well, I think you got a good deal. I do. Anna, what is your deal? Hi, Anna, what's happening?
Hello.
Hi.
I took my car to a mechanic. My car had started acting funny, so I took my car to the mechanic. And
when you say acting funny, Anna, you have an '08 Buick Enclave, right?
Correct.
Okay, that's what the call screener says here. So what do you mean by funny?
So, like, I would start it, and I would drive, and then it would just shut off.
Okay. And it shuts off fast or slow or both? Like when you come to a stop sign, fast. When?
No, it just, like, stops, like, out of nowhere.
When you say shuts off, as if you turn the key off?
As if you turn the key off, it just turns off.
And like, does your power steering lock up and all of that like you turned it off?
Yeah.
And there's no rhyme or reason?
Well, I took it to the mechanic, and he's telling me that it's one thing after another. Like, at first he told me that it was the timing chain.
Okay. Well, did he fix it?
No. I was going to have him fix the car, but he kept on giving me different prices on the vehicle.
Well, why don't you go somewhere else then?
Well, that's what my plan was. So
where are you, Anna? Where are you, like, roughly?
I'm in Parker, Colorado.
Okay. And a lot of good people within your earshot. So did you already spend money with this guy, or what are you calling about? Were you calling for a recommendation?
No, I was calling because I had went to go pick up my vehicle because he told me that to just come and pick up my car.
And who is he? What place is this?
I'm not too sure because he doesn't have a sign on his shop. So
how'd you find him?
We've been going to him for years. He was my dad's mechanic.
So is he just like a shade?
Tow truck there. I called him. I told him I needed my keys because we were there to pick up the car. He told me, "Why didn't you call me to tell me that you were going to come and get your car?"
Let me get this straight. He took what off your car?
The catalytic converters off my car.
I think it was stolen. I don't think he took it off. I think it was stolen.
That's what I'm thinking as well.
Why would he take that off?
He said that he took it off.
By the way, did he say he's going to fix? Was your truck supposed to be fixed? Or I'm sorry, your car? Was this supposed to be fixed? Or why were you picking it up? Did he say, "I don't know what's wrong with it"? What's the issue? That's what I need to know. Let's get right to it. You were picking it up. Why? He couldn't fix it, and now a catalytic converter's gone.
The ridiculous crime.
She said he took it off.
Yeah, but he's saying that because it was stolen, and he doesn't want to admit it. I think. But
why? It's not his problem. It's not his fault.
You're right. If it was stolen.
We had somebody try to steal the catalytic converter out of a shop truck.
Whoa.
Came in the morning, found it laying on concrete underneath the truck.
Well, they couldn't get it. Let me get this one done.
Yes.
You know, two items here have to do with retirement. First of all, the Retirement Planning Center of the Rockies a company I believe in. Now, what is a retirement planning center of the Rockies? Well, the name says it all. They help you plan your retirement and then manage your retirement. By the way, more than just investments. You see, if you have an investment advisor, fine. If you have someone for, estate planning like Blake Harris, fine. They coordinate, though, all of it. That's what's important. You see, I suddenly realized, even though I have a pension or a 401k and I have some investments, I have other things, I don't have one party looking over everything to coordinate. Like, hey, Tom, if you're doing this, you don't need to do this. Or if you do this, you also should do this. It's a father, son, and son-in-law, a family, trusted, owned, and operated team approach. And they'll meet with you as many times as it takes for you to be comfortable. Also, they're transparent about how they earn money. Sometimes it's a commission, sometimes it's a fee. And really, it's worth it because they save you money. They help you in all areas, including taxes, insurance, Social Security, Medicare, supplements, long-term care, estate planning. 970-663-3211. Meet with them by Zoom, or they'll come to you. You go to them. All of the meetings are free until you decide you want to hire them, and it's all up front. rpcenter.com, rpcenter.com, 970-663-3211. Also part of retirement sometimes is a reverse mortgage. And if you're in for a reverse loan, if you're looking for a reverse loan, Approval Reverse. .com, 303-771-3528. That's Joan Sullivan and her team. Listen, some people have equity. They're 62 and older. They're getting older. They want to tap the equity. They want to pull it out tax-free. They want to use it while they're alive. You can do that and not make payments. And you'll never be upside down in that loan because they're government guaranteed. ApprovalReverse.com, 303-771-3528.
I give me the VIN.com as America's best.
They cut it out. Wow. The thing was gutted years ago. It's just what they can.
Oh, the truck.
The cat.
Oh, the cat. Who gutted it?
I don't know.
Oh, so it had been in on the truck.
Yep.
So when they dropped it down, they realized wasted my time.
Yep. It literally could have got more recycling out of Coke cans.
Mm-hmm.
Almost everyone is a car call, full lines. We got one on code enforcement.
Mesa County on Grand Junction.
So folks, whether it's kitchens, fans, as always, we have our word for future life. It's on 303-722-2295, 800-363-370, or drhi.com.
Hi, it's Mandy Connell. Join my friend Gary Bell and Brad Pollock for the Bell.
You ever miss doing the show from home?
We were just talking about that. We had some fun. We did. I was ready to come back, but you know what? Some of those days we had the hamburgers and we had some fun. Because Marcus isolated with the students. They didn't like it. They're out in the country. But we had, Dan came over, Doc came over. We were at my house over at Cherry Creek Country Club, and we had delivery food, and so we had fun.
He lives at Cherry Creek Country Club, where I belong. So they make great hamburgers. So we'd have hamburgers for lunch. It was
fun, and it was also cozy, and it was just fun. We had cameras.
That's when I found your YouTube and Facebook feeds, and I'm like, oh, that's what these guys are up to these days.
Fun.
For the really big news. Eric Bowman, the balance, exposes the hidden.
Yeah, they were saying a study or a poll. The 30% of people responded that say they wish they could go back to lockdown. They liked being able to just hang out.
I hated lockdowns because people getting hurt and closed and fear. But I liked the slowness.
The only thing bad about being in your house is when you never had any guests. So for a couple of months, almost 6 or 7 months, we never had a guest come in.
Shit, we were there for 8 months, I think.
Oh, that long?
I mean, it was a long time.
There's a bunch of us that kind of live in a little small area. Some got kids and so on and so forth. And the kids have always played together. So we said, okay, lockdown. this is our community. Okay? These are who we're going to hang out with. This is who's house.
People get sick, anyone?
Not a damn one of them. Nobody went down.
You had cops arresting people in playrooms and whatnot.
They're fucking assholes. Yeah, no, and not a single one went down.
And now if you let your kids go outside unattended, it's child abuse.
We had so much, Stephanie and I had so much fun. We liked it, some of it, because, yeah, it was slow and it was easy. Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Frank Duran, the real estate man, by the way, free market valuations of your home. That's a very important thing. What do I mean by a free market valuation? Well, listen, what it means is that they will come by and figure out what your house is worth on the open market, not an appraisal. That's free, complimentary, no obligation to list. If you're curious, do it. 303-920-1622. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. Okay, so listen. I'm trying to get a handle on this one. We have a 2008 Buick Enclave, shuts off intermittently. She took it to a mechanic. Did the mechanic, let's just get right to it, and I'll get through these calls quickly. Anna, did the mechanic say, I can't fix it, come pick it up? Or did you say, I'm tired of waiting, I'm going to pick it up? How did that happen?
Yeah, I got tired of waiting, and I just decided that I was going to take it.
And he said, okay.
Yes.
So when you showed up, he said, hey, the catalytic converter is off. Now, Jeff doesn't think that it was stolen, because he said if it was stolen, all he has to say is it was stolen. He's not responsible for a thief, and in a way, he's not. But what happened to your cat? Did you ever find out?
So he told me that he took them off to look at them because he thinks that they might have been clogged. And so then when I
Jeff,
told
would that
him,
cause a car to stop?
It shouldn't cause it to stop. It would definitely cause a performance issue.
Okay, so what happened then, Anna?
So then I told him that I needed him to put the parts back onto my car because the other mechanic said he would not start working on my car without them.
Of course not. Then what?
So then I told him that, and he told me to give him a day or two to put him back on.
All right, is your car still there?
No, I got it out of there.
Did you have the cat or not?
So the cats that he put on my car were not the original cats in my vehicle.
I wonder if he took them off and sold them. I mean, what's going on with this guy?
That's what I'm thinking.
How much you get for a cat? Jeff, do you know?
I'm not too sure.
Depending on the cat, I'm hearing people getting anywhere from $400 to a couple grand, depending on which one it is.
Wait a minute. So he gave you your car back with another cat. How do you know the cat wasn't your original cat?
Because the other mechanic that I took my vehicle to, he put the motor in my car, and he knows for sure that those weren't the original.
All right. Did your car ever get fixed?
Not yet. It's at the other shop right now.
Good. Now, how much is this costing you? Do you need to switch out the cat, or is he saying that cat would work?
I'm not too sure yet. He told me that as soon as he swapped out the engine that he would know.
What do you mean? He's going to do the engine again?
Yeah. So he diagnosed the vehicle, and it came out that I needed to put in another engine.
That doesn't sound right to me. Why do you need it? He put in the original engine, and he's doing it again?
Yeah.
Oh, how many miles on that since he did it?
So there is, let me see 1 second.
Approximately, how long ago did you do it?
About 2-3 years.
Oh, okay. So how much is he charging you for this?
He's not charging me anything for the labor. He's just
how much for the?
Me to get it. He's not charging me anything for the labor to put it in.
But how much for the engine? How much?
So the engine's about $5,000 for a refurbished engine. Okay,
is that actually a remanufactured engine?
Yeah.
All right, listen. Do you trust this guy that you're with?
I'm not sure.
Anna, I just don't want to see you taken advantage of. Here's what I'd like. So right now you're calling me to figure out what you can do about that cat, right?
Yes.
Okay. what you need to do is ask your mechanic truly, is this cat worse than the one you had? Because it's not worth fighting if it'll work and it's just fine. Are there really much differences in cats and performance, Jeff Vick?
Well, since the regulations came in, that Hickenlooper put in before he left, it's caused the price of cats to go up, but the aftermarket cats guys have been using for years with a lot of success.
Here's what I'm saying, Anna. We'll go after this guy and find out where your cat is with a letter from your mechanic saying this is not the original cat, if it'll make a difference. But I don't want to go fighting for something that doesn't make a difference. See if it's going to make a big difference. Call us back, and we'll contact this other guy. I mean, you know, you know what I'm saying, right? Like,
yeah.
I don't know how much trouble this is going to cost you. It may not cause you any trouble at all. So ask your current mechanic, can I use this cat, and is it substantially worse than the one I had? I mean, or is it better, or is it the same? Ask, then find out for us and call us back. You can call 303-627 8466, and if you leave a message, you are on the radio, and this is the answer, I want to come back on, we will help you. It's 303 Martino, okay? 303-627 8466.
This is Denver's Talk Station with Tom Martino now. Dan Kaplis today at 4, 630 KHOW, Denver. Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.
Got a lot of car calls today.
I know.
Well, that's good. That's what you want, right?
Yep.
Make Jeff earn his keep.
There you go.
In the Golden area, and no problems on the Boulder Turnpike. Fox 31 pinpoint weather today, finally above freezing then for the weekend. Sunny and 40 on Saturday.
137 troops and civilians killed in one day.
What? How many?
137, according to Zelensky.
Troops and civilians.
I always thought that a troop was more than one person. I know they say troops. I know. I like a Boy Scout troop is a group of kids.
Or it's like sometimes the plural is the same as the singular.
Hey, today is Century RV Day. No, it's Auto Day. It's Car Day, and Century RV is a motor vehicle, and it's a great place to go for your RV. I really recommend Century RV for the prices especially. They're very aggressive in their discounting. In fact, they don't even have supply chain problems because they have a great pipeline, plus new and used both, and they pay great prices on trades, or you can just sell your used one. Hey, check out CentryRV.com. They're up north of Denver on I-25 Frontage Road at exit 240. 303-453-1111, CentryRV.com. Frank Duran, the real estate man. I talked about the free market valuations of your home. Complimentary. He wants you to go into this market informed. In other words, maybe you can get so much for your house you never realized it. You want to move? Or maybe you want to sell and buy, and he'll tell you what you're looking at. Maybe it's worth it, maybe it's not. He'll be your consultant. And you know he doesn't charge. Now, if you go to sell, there'll be a commission. If you go to buy, it's built in. Here's the deal, though. Frank Duran won't hold you to a long-term contract. He wants to be your man and prove it every day. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com, 303-920-1622.
With a new year comes new ways to save big.
Local credit union is offering 1% APY on a 24-month CD on balances of $500 or more. That's right, 1% APY on a 24-month CD. To get that higher rate, you typically need to be in a longer term. Stop by
March Madness, I just don't give a shit.
I don't either.
Or visit Belco.org/CD to open a CD online.
And betters love it.
Veterans love it. Lots of frats love it. And Soros. They just get crazy.
What's that?
Fraternity houses and sorority houses for your March Madness.
Oh.
They're wild.
Pay only for fabrication and installation. And when the kitchen is done, the bathroom is free. All tear out and haul away is also free. Call now for your selection of quartz. All the latest.
It's a kid's weekend. That means I'm going to be fucking tired.
TheArtOfGranite.com. Hey, it's Ross.
So the internet came back and not an issue, right?
We're back now. We've been good all morning long. We came back around 1 o'clock yesterday, and we got the last hour up.
She had a vocal cord issue, not the same one I had. Dr. Upperman fixed it, and she's back to the singing she loves. If you're having any troubles or even concerns about your voice, get started at ColoradoVoiceClinic.com.
Joe O'Day, an outsider, not a career.
Dave Porterhouse says, I don't think anyone's going to be asking Biden what his March Madness brackets are.
Oh, that's scatterbrain. He might actually come up with a good pool. Yeah, pretty. Like throwing darts in the dark.
Madness. We're not going to talk about madness.
You know why Washington is so disconnected?
Oh, Hyundai came out with an all-electric.
Everybody's coming off them all electric. Did you watch all those commercials during the Super Bowl? My God, it was unbelievable.
Everybody has one?
Yeah, pretty much.
There's an all-electric out there with some name. I saw it on the TV and I was like, a new car.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a Ford. It's not anybody.
Oh, the
Yeah, that one.
yeah. I know what's called the Ion.
That is until I went to Colorado Pain Care Sport and Spine. You can visit at 2 convenient locations and even get same-day.
Jack says Jared immediately suspended the federal gas tax and doubled down on a rapid clean energy transition to ensure that our energy future cannot be tied to geopolitical conflicts and global commodities. Well, I guess that would be a good thing, right, Jack?
In the last year, average home values have gone up nearly 20%. And Rocky Mortgage, you could unlock thousands in less.
Or is it going to be a terrible thing because Paulus did it? Oh, Paulus is clueless about the supply chain and manufacturing of clean energy, which utilizes commodities and components mined and made in areas which have a high geopolitical risk. Oh, so it's a clown show.
Saturdays at 11 a.m. on 630 KHOW. Learn how you can earn a full-time income as a short-term trader. That's the
Energy Jack says.
Saturdays at 11 a.m. The question line is 888-646-8787.
Trade in, trade out, trade out, whatever your needs are, this Sharp and Drive will get you the best offer.
Yeah, Jack says.
Your car is more now than any time in the past. They're located just minutes from I-25
Those don't get closer.
today, and they have the best appraisals in town.
Nice
Get
bar.
more info today at
Nice.
thedrive.com.
Expletives and soot word combination.
Does anyone give a shit about the new mass guidance from CDC?
There is one?
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Okay, listen. Henry, what's going on with you? Hi, Henry. What's happening?
Hey, how are you today?
Good, man. What's going on?
Hey, so I am one of the lucky individuals who has their vehicle at Johnson's Auto Plaza.
You know, why are we getting so many complaints about Johnson's Auto Plaza? You know, in the last few weeks, we've had a lot of complaints. What's going on?
It's got to be the techs. I think they're probably hiring some green individuals who are fresh out of school and not knowing what they're doing.
Is Johnson Auto Plaza a car dealer, too, or just a maintenance garage? What is it? Is it a car dealer?
It's a dealer, yeah.
And what is it, Johnson Auto Plaza? Chevy or what?
Dodge, Jeep, Buick, GMC.
Okay, so a bunch. Okay. It's a dealer and service department, right?
Correct.
All right. Wow. I don't know what the hell's going on with them. Jeff, did you ever know anything about Johnson's?
Nothing direct, no.
Okay. And anyway, so what's going on with you?
Yeah, so 2011 Jeep Grand Cherokee. It's my wife's vehicle. It's got real low miles, loaded vehicle. It's got every option. The vehicle just didn't start one day. The dash lit up and showed that the battery was potentially bad, like a voltage lamp. Had the vehicle jumped, taken to Johnson's Auto Plaza. They repaired it.
What did they repair?
And they replaced a battery.
Oh, okay.
They replaced, there was like a fuel relay or a fuel pump recall done on the vehicle that I was waiting for parts. Apparently they were back ordered on and had the
So
parts
they replaced the battery and did a fuel system recall.
Did a recall. Correct. Vehicle ran fine for about 6, maybe 8 days. 8th day, the vehicle was doing the same thing. Just she pulled it in the driveway. And
what was it doing?
It just wouldn't start. You'd put the keys in there. You'd get all the accessories. The lights turn on. Dash turns on. It just doesn't start.
All right. But did the battery need replacing? See, let me explain something to you. Many people have more than one problem. So, and while I like to throw stones at them because we've got a lot of complaints, I got to tell you this. Sometimes you need more than one thing. Sometimes the battery is old, and the first thing they do is change the battery because it's the easiest thing. And then things start acting normally. And so they say, okay, fine, we can, you can go. And then it turns out it was the voltage regulator or the alternator or something else. But that doesn't mean you didn't need the battery. So that can happen. So right now, 8 days later, did you take it back?
Yes, had the vehicle towed over there again.
Then what?
The vehicle needed another battery.
No, wait a minute. What does that mean? Did they do it free of charge?
Yeah, of course. I mean, I had just purchased a battery, so they swapped another battery.
Well, that doesn't make sense to me. What would kill a battery like that, Jeff?
It's an electrical problem. There's something draining the battery.
Yeah, when you try to start it, is it clicking? Does it try to turn over? Do you just get no response whatsoever?
I get a click. I get a click and no start.
Okay, hold on. So they replaced it. Now what?
Now they have the battery replaced, and they're suggesting that the issue lies in the transmission. The transmission has got some sort of electric component that they're suggesting has either wear or oil or trans fluid and is shorting out, causing the no start issue.
Jeff.
Yeah, I've actually had people reach out to me because I've heard this story before. I have yet to find anything inside that transmission that causes that battery to drain. I've had several.
You and me both.
Yeah, I've seen it online and everything else.
Well, first of all, do batteries take power? Actually, do transmissions take electrical power?
Well, certainly they do. Yes,
they do.
Yeah,
why? Why? Why?
Because they're because you have solenoids, you have sensors, you have switches. There's all sorts of things that transmission is dependent upon that requires electricity.
So when you put in a transmission, you wire it too.
No. There's wires that'll get hooked up, of course.
That's what I mean.
Oh, okay, yeah, no, we're not.
You hook up like a harness to it.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I didn't know that. Okay, so you hook it up electrically and mechanically, and it could be then shorting out.
The likelihood is no, because you have a keyed battery source in order to get power down to it. So until the ignition's turned on, no power's going down to that. So could it take enough shorting out when the key is on that it diverts the charging? I'm calling BS on the diagnosis.
Okay, now, here's what I want to know, Jonathan. Why don't you go somewhere else? Not Jonathan, Henry.
Well, the reason why I didn't go anywhere else is because they had the vehicle on the lift. And so
what did they do? Did they replace something?
Oh, yeah. They replaced this supposed electronic component in the vehicle. They resealed the transmission.
And what happened?
At a tune of like $2,000. They called me. They told me the vehicle was ready to come pick up. And my wife went, turned the keys, didn't even drive it out of the service bay, and all the lights went back on.
So you mean to tell me after spending $2,000, it did not?
It'll get better.
What happened then?
Okay, so the $2,000, apparently this vehicle was test drove. It ran. It was checked. Everything was perfect. My wife's there calling me on the phone because I'm at work, and she's letting me know, hey, they're telling me it's ready, and there's every light on the dash, like there's something wrong. Well, the service guy over there plugs in to read the codes because he can't get the technician, and in checking the codes now, it's throwing a bunch of codes that it never originally did.
Now, it did start, but there were lights on. It started, right? Then that's just an electrical problem.
And had lights.
That's just an electrical problem.
So I told him to keep it, obviously. I was not going to take it because they now had other issues, and I needed to see what was going on with those other issues. And about 2 days later, they came back with a repair order or, quote for repair order to the tune of almost $10,000.
You got to get it out of there, man.
I absolutely do. The problem is, though, I don't know that this issue was not necessarily created by this.
Well, you're going to find out when you get it out of there. I'm telling you, get it out of there and get it to someone smart and get it to a good place and find out.
Recommendation, why should I take this? Because, again, I've had this about 18 months, and in 18 months I've had, obviously, payments and, insurance that I've been making.
Well, I mean, that's neither here nor there. You bought a 2011, right?
Yeah, it's out of warranty.
Well, of course it is. So here's what we're going to do. You have to go to someone that we trust, that you trust, that I trust, and I'm thinking Hands On Auto, Tom in Longmont. Isn't that name Hands On? I think it is. And then have him look at it. That might be. I'm saying Hands On Auto in Longmont as opposed to coming all the way to Denver. I have a lot of people. Let's just pick somebody close to you in that area.
Well, and Johnson had said that they will tow the vehicle anywhere in the city to get a diagnosis on it or a second opinion. So
yeah, I understand. But what we want to do is go backwards in time to see if they screwed you, if you even needed that other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But exactly. You need to take it somewhere else, Henry. I don't know what else to tell you, man. We can't. You got to get it out of there. I think you didn't. I think you didn't need that $2,000 electronic component in the transmission. But it might be impossible to prove now. How many miles on this thing?
82,000.
Oh my God! There's not even that many miles. Now, what is this $10,000 they say you need?
New computers, new fuse box.
No, you know what? You need get it out of there.
New air suspension.
Oh, come on! These guys are putting you together. Get it the hell out of there. Okay, Hands On Auto is the closest one I can think up there. I don't know who we have close to there. Is Longmont close to there?
It's close enough.
Yes.
Yes, that's what I would do. Hands On. You tell Tom, Martino told me you're honest, you're good, and tell him what's going on. Please call him. And maybe Kelly can even find that number for you, Hands On Auto. It's on a referral list at referrallist.com. Now, I really need you to do that. Now, Jonathan, your turn. What's going on, Jonathan?
Good morning.
Hey.
Thank you.
What's happening?
Don't piss off your neighbors.
Uh-oh, what happened?
I went through 5 years of chemo for cancer and could not leave the house.
Yeah.
And then as soon as I started to work again, I injured myself seriously. So I've been stuck in the house for over 8 years.
What kind of cancer, Jonathan?
I have lymphoma.
Wow. How are you doing?
I'm very well, thank you.
Good. So what can we do for you?
Well, in those 8 years, my yard got a little dirty. My Social Security disability income only pays my bills, so I fix cars for gas and groceries. And lady next door is a little bit upset, and her husband's a building inspector.
All right, you hold on. We'll come back to that. On that note, I'm Tom Martino.
I got 10 to 1 that they also were going to try to get him out of that Cherokee and into another car. $10,000 is not worth repairing, sir. We'll give you this much for the car.
This poor guy's going to be screwed because there's probably an ordinance against, Tom, against unregistered cars.
Did he say it was a shade tree mechanic?
Jammed up a little bit, and your westbound I-70 drive is slow.
So it probably has
code violations, I know, and he's going to have to move his shit.
Right.
And then we're going to get to above freezing this weekend, sunny and 40 on Saturday and almost 60 for Sunday. Currently, it's 22. With your impact traffic and weather, I'm Chris McLaughlin, 630 Hey How.
Looking for a great deal on blinds, shades, and shutters? Save 50% off any order during Lancer.com's President's Day sale.
Better just bake some cookies and bring it over to our next door.
Roller shades, cellular shades, even custom medication shutters, they're all 50% off for a limited time. Lancer.com.
As you know, I like talking about medical stuff because I really get to know them, and I won't recommend them unless I truly know they work, that I believe in them, I've researched it. Rocky Mountain IV Medics is a slam dunk, okay? Hydration therapy is the most common therapy there is for anything wrong with you. Migraines, dehydration, vitamins deficiencies, shock, trauma, whatever you have, even if you have the flu. But you know what? You don't have to go to a hospital, urgent care, or to a clinic or a hydration bar to get IV therapy. If you just want it for wellness, Rocky Mountain IV Medics will come to you, no matter where you are, your home, your office. They come to my studio, RockyMountainIVMedics.com. You can text for same-day, same-hour appointments or call 720-987-2155. 720-987-2155, and you don't pay any more than you would going to a normal hydration bar. 720-987-2155. The other medical procedure that has been responsible for saving lives, and I can't recommend it enough, it's just $189 for a core scan. COR, without the E, corescans.com. What is that? That is a scan that shows the presence of soft plaque in your cardiovascular system. It's fast, it's efficient, it's pain-free. You sit in a chair, they do it. It's less than 15 minutes. Now, if you find out you have it, there are treatments that can eradicate it. There are treatments that can stop it and reverse it. Okay? There are even, people found out they're in dire need. What I want you to do is find out. I hope you waste the money, but possibly it could save your life. Corescans.com. Why not call now? 720-740-2663. 720-740-2663. One other thing I talk about is selling houses. Now, obviously, it's a hot market. You can get top dollar. But some people have deferred maintenance, an older home, or they need to leave quickly. They don't want a list. They don't want tire kickers. They don't want closings. They don't want loan approvals. For that, how about Homevestors? They've been on my referral list for years. With Homevestors, you call them. They give you a bid. That easy. Now, before you say, oh, they're never going to get me what I want, how do you know? That's right. You don't. Until you call them. You have nothing to lose. 800-44-BUYER. 800-44-BUYER.
There are lots of places to get national news, but for the local stories that...
They're going to still have one or two more of them in the upper 800s. I paid $750.
You just got a half.
Is that amazing?
And they can't raise it, right?
No.
No clauses.
Nope. It's what it is. Isn't that amazing in 1 year?
Yeah, it's fucking amazing.
It's great.
Oh, by the way, does Corescans has to take insurance? Do they?
Not for that 189, but if you want it, I'll get it for you.
Oh, I'll just tell them that Terry sent me.
Yeah, no, we'll get it free. I mean, we'll get it. Or
I'm going to call them up this afternoon.
If you want, okay, I should probably tell my guy so we can get you in there.
All right, well, I'll call him.
Because I know, but I want him to authorize free.
Oh, okay.
And then call him.
Okay.
Right now is the time to put your home to work for you. It really is, because all of that equity that you've built over the past several years, it can now be accessed as cash to improve your financial condition. Whether it's paying off high interest debt or funding a home renovation, it doesn't matter. It's your money to use however you want to use it. All you need to do is...
Jellcat says common sense says never buy a Jeep if you ever want to pass a mechanic shop.
Never do what?
Jeep stands for just empty every time.
Jeep's really bad news in Cherokee.
So I'm pretty sure that Chrysler does not release a Jeep until it has at least 3 leaks. Mopar stands for moments of power are rare.
Wow. Oh my goodness. And I grew up when Mopar was truly Mopar.
They were tough muscle cars.
I have a question for you. Wiper blades, any special brand that you recommend?
Just go with a good quality one. Don't go bargain basement, you'll be disappointed.
Okay.
I wish I could add aftermarket.
No, I'm not. I wasn't worried about the cost. I'm just,
I'm just saying that when you get cheap, you'll get cheap.
Right. With anything.
Can you do aftermarket heated? Probably not. I love it. Heated blades, do they still make those or not?
I'm not familiar with them. But it's not something that would come through our shop on a regular basis either. So.
You wake up ready for anything. Proven quality sleep is life-changing sleep.
Because I do the slapping of the blades on, you know what I mean by that, where you have to stop and go to get all the shit off it.
Well, they have the multi-rig.
Yes, he says he can get it done. So I'm gonna now. He's gonna tell me maybe you give a word or a code or whatever. So
great.
The multi-rig winter blades rather than supposed to knock the ice off. But that's as long as you don't go through Kansas during ice storm. I don't care what you do.
Now spraying in a store near you.
Are you concerned about outliving your money? Call 866-901-2255. That's 866-901-2255 for your complimentary Safe Money book and to win Al Martinez for the Retirement and Income Radio Show on Sundays at 7 a.m.
I asked him if you could just call and say he authorized it. Okay.
Highest price for your home. Listen Saturday mornings at 8 a.m. to our Barry and Larry Home Seller Show.
I told you know a lot of doctors too.
About the idiots. But at the same time, Jack says Girl got one. 1955.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK. 303-713-8255. Here to help you solve your problems, answer your questions, and take your complaints. Now, Jonathan was home for a while with cancer and getting his cancer treated, and he wasn't working. He needed to support himself. He took on some shade tree mechanic jobs. And then I guess, let me guess, how many cars did you have there? The county comes and says, because of the neighbor, hey, you're not supposed to have any cars here, right?
Correct.
How many cars at the time?
It was like a junkyard. At one point, I had 15.
Oh, my God.
But I've got an acre.
I understand that. I understand. Were they all tagged and legal?
No.
Okay. Hey, Jonathan, listen.
They started and told me I could fix this with a fence. And I've gotten rid of vehicles, and I'm complying to the best of my ability, but I can work about 2 hours a day, and then I got to take the next day off.
Jonathan, I totally, you don't have to convince me. I totally believe it. I believe that you're trying and you're doing your best. I also believe that people who have cluttered property and it gets beyond their, the quick cleanup because it just accumulates. It's a very, very, very difficult task. I'm not saying this because I'm encouraging anything. Some of the deadliest incidents with citizens and authorities have been over code enforcement on property. Did you know that? Around the country. Now
they brought the SWAT team.
Okay, that's what I was going to say.
The code guys show up in body armor.
Now you have. Well, hold on.
Afraid of me.
Jonathan, you have to be careful, and I'm telling you why they're doing that. And it all has to do with what was it? The Grand Lake. Where was that guy with the bulldozer?
Yeah, that was a Grand Lake.
I own a military.
Granby. He called my show a couple days before that.
Really?
Oh, he did.
Oh my God, really?
And he said
exactly.
Yeah. Oh, he called the show and he said exactly what you did about not cancer, but they're bugging me about this and about that, and they won't give me a chance and this and that, and
I'm sitting here with the 44,000-pound military bulldozer.
Okay. Jonathan, do you see why they showed up and they're a little nervous? You wouldn't do it. No, seriously, I'm not kidding you, by the way. I'm not making light of this. I don't ever do anything stupid, seriously. I mean, no matter how weird or hopeless it seems, there's got to be a way around this. Why did they show up with SWAT? That doesn't sound normal to me. Why?
For service, to give me a piece of paper.
And what did the paper say, Jonathan?
Came to my house to beat me up a couple of weeks prior, and I did a job on the guy in self-defending myself.
Jonathan, hold on. Jonathan, how big a man are you?
After cancer, I'm 145 pounds.
Oh, my goodness. Listen, Jonathan, this guy showed up, you said, to beat you up. Are you sure that's why he showed up?
Yes.
Why? Was he from the county?
No, I went to the local restaurant, and I had mac and cheese and 2 beers, and his wife wouldn't leave me alone.
Well, what do you mean she wouldn't?
In my face.
About what?
It was like a high school truck. It was like a high school fight. She didn't like my truck.
What?
And I left a bad situation after his wife.
Wait a minute. Jonathan, this woman didn't like your truck at the house, you mean? Is she a neighbor, or was she the truck in the restaurant?
No, it was a diesel truck idling in the restaurant parking lot.
Idling in the restaurant parking lot. She says, hey, man, that's polluting or smelling or making noise. And what were you doing? You were picking up food, or were you eating? What were you doing?
Finishing my dinner, and the truck.
But why was the truck? Why was the truck idling?
I had gone out to start it. It was February.
Oh, okay. And she said, "Hey, why are you doing that?"
Yeah, I got a pretty good butt chewing from this lady for no reason.
And then what? Well, it's not for no reason. I mean, you know what I mean, Jonathan. Well, you got it. You have to really get along, man. I don't know what to tell you.
Hey, I was in Aston for 30 years and retired to this little community, and without any fault of my own, I'm this awful person now.
I don't think it's totally blameless. Hold on, we'll work through it.
What?
What's up, Nuggets fans?
What would you like us
This
to?
guy's dangerous.
What would you like us to do?
This guy's dangerous.
Did you see the Netflix show on that?
Yeah.
No.
Oh yeah, it's fantastic.
Is it a reality show or a documentary?
It's a documentary on the guy in Granby.
Yeah. Really?
Mm-hmm.
They did a documentary.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What was it called?
I think it's Killdozer, isn't it?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
And he called my fucking show.
And what did he say?
That the town people were picking on him and they were crazy. And
There was some truth behind that.
Yeah.
Well, no, I know. They harassed the shit out of him.
Yeah.
But it was all legal. He was a fucking nut.
Mm-hmm. And the city council was really after him to try and deprive him of...
I'm hoping I don't put a fucking thought in his head. He knew the guy and everything.
You hope what?
I didn't put a thought in his head.
About what? You didn't put a thought in his head. You just telling him, be careful, don't do anything stupid. You weren't encouraging him at all. You were de-escalating.
Yeah.
Or change.
Yeah. So he knows about it. You're not going to make him unknow about it.
Well, no, what Tom was saying was de-escalating.
Hellcat said, call him a moron and then stand back.
145 pounds, I'll stand behind Jeff and take him. We'll get Kevin and Jeff for 145 pound guy.
Whoa, Szechuan is back. What's up, dude? Where you been?
145 pounds in June.
Peace on the European continent. What we have warned against for months has come to pass. Despite
Two
all
says that he lived in Fraser and Marvin destroyed Granby. Called him by his first name. Did you know him?
It's not that big a town. I'm sure everybody knew everybody.
What's the breaking news there?
The breaking news?
No, they were under attack last night.
No, I think it's because he's going to be coming out with his Supreme Court nomination.
I don't know, looking at the CNN one.
She's authored 600 opinions on the district court. Only 12 of those were reversed.
It confirms that Judge Jackson will be the first black woman.
I've got some friends trying to get their family in the Poland as we speak.
Well, let me say, here's what's going to happen. So let's say Russia takes over the Ukraine. Okay? They're going to have massive demonstrations. Are the Russians going to just shoot them all?
Well, they've got demonstrations going on in Russia.
And they're jailing them, picking them up and beating them down.
Putin will do whatever he wants. He'll just disappear.
I know. This is like Hitler with the Sudetenland. Exactly the same. Except, Biden isn't holding up a paper saying peace in our time.
Biden is, I didn't think you could get worse than Chamberlain, but Biden has proven you can.
Millions of dollars in economic output.
So I said what's interesting is they took the Crimea under Obama. They did nothing under Trump, and now they're taking Ukraine under.
They didn't do anything under any of the Bushes. They didn't do anything under Clinton.
Right.
They knew full well they were dealing with people who knew what to do about it.
All hell broke loose when Trump was elected. The bottom fell out of everything. Okay, now I'm not saying he's a bad guy. I'm not saying he's a good guy.
What did the bottom fall out of? The market?
I'm just saying the world view. Like this. Everybody that's thinking that they're going to do something is like, okay.
Wait till he's out of office.
Mm-hmm. We're all misdirected right now. Nobody knows what I'm about to do, and nobody's going to do it.
I don't think the bottom fell out. I think.
Well, bottom fell out is not what I meant. It just got loopy.
I think it only got loopy domestically because people thought he was a racist and a misogynist.
I
don't care if he was.
I don't care if he was. No, and he is a racist and a misogynist, and many people don't care that.
But his domestic policy, we were in the greatest bull market. Everything was cool. We were an exporter of energy. The pipeline was there. And then Biden just changed everything.
Oh, really? What the fuck am I talking about? We had 4 years of world peace and total insanity here in this country.
Right.
Okay? And anybody that doesn't believe I'm more concerned about what's going on right here than out there needs a pill.
NATO's not going to do anything because he's not going to go into Poland or any of the NATO countries.
He's not going to do that.
And since Ukraine isn't a NATO member, they're not going to do anything.
On the sanctions, they're going to do that. What are you going to do with the sanctions? Come on. So you lowered the limit on his debit card. Okay.
I don't.
The common thread is screwing your neighbors.
I don't know what the sanctions are going to do or not do. I'm not sophisticated enough to analyze that. But what's interesting is, yesterday in the stock market, all the indexes crashed, and then they went way up.
Bounced back up, yeah.
And that's because oil went down, up crazy, and then it went down once they realized that his sanctions weren't going to affect oil production or oil delivery.
Nah, I'd say peace through fear, not necessarily strength. Fear of an unstable finger somewhere near the button.
Well, I think the chance of nuclear war is zero. No one's
I wouldn't say it's zero.
No one's
never zero.
Look, MAD worked for years.
I would agree.
The Cold War.
Insanity was media fuel. Okay, just like misdirection is media fuel. Just like public opinion is media fuel. Just like acknowledging and receiving truth is media foul. Fight me.
But he's not going to go into any NATO countries. He's going to stop at Ukraine.
I'm not saying he's going to go into a NATO country, but he shouldn't be able to go in unobstructed into the Ukraine.
Well, what do you do?
I'm not saying we're going to send in troops, but the problem is all the things that we're doing now are things that should have been done long before. Just doing things reactive instead of preactive.
We have been reactive and poorly reactive for 30 years.
But assuming that he takes over Ukraine, what Canada should we do? There's nothing.
Nothing.
The fact that
nothing.
I think we should invade Canada and say that we think Canada's the problems of the United States.
I think we should go to Northern Africa and stop the genocide in Tigray.
I didn't have a chance to fix my
I think invading Canada is much easier. The logistics of going to Africa is much easier.
More to get there.
Yeah. So I think we should do that. We'll say Canada, you think Canada's a problem with the United States, and invade Canada and see what the world says.
Hey, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the only show of its kind anywhere in the universe. This hour brought to you by RealCBDThatWorks.com. And you know what? I love talking about CBD that works because it's great for pain, inflammation, anxiety, and also, by the way, now cosmetics with anti-inflammatory properties. Put Tom in the promo code and you save 30%. The name of the company is Panacea, but I forward these to the website. It's easy to remember. RealCBDThatWorks.com. Put Tom in the promo code, 30% off. Welcome. It's Car Day. Jeff Vick's with us from Kimmer Transmission. And, man, we're talking about other things as well. I left off with Jonathan. And listen, Jonathan, obviously you've gone through some challenges. You have lymphoma, cancer. You're confined to home for a while. You took on some work. You got, repairing cars or fixing some cars. You had about 15 cars there. You got to a fight at a local restaurant. These people think you're a nut. I'm going to tell you that straight up front. That's the only reason they would show up with SWAT to serve you. They think you're a nut. Now, Jonathan, I don't think you're a nut, but I do think that you don't recognize social cues. You don't realize, I think, what you are portraying to others. Jonathan?
Nobody asks. They just make inaccurate assumptions.
Jonathan, Not
And I
everyone.
know appearances are everything. I don't look good right now.
I know, Jonathan. That's what I'm saying. So play the game. No, I'm serious about that, Jonathan. I mean, get along. You know, sometimes it's really weird. Even when you're right, you're wrong. But everyone else can't be wrong either. You must be giving off a vibe. There must be something. You know, and listen, you have ample excuse, not reason. I don't think you should, but you've gone through a lot of crap right now. So, but what I would do if I were you is instead of insisting everyone is wrong and out to get you, you got to get along. There's no happy ending to this story if you don't. And Jonathan, listen, man, you called me, and I am telling you the truth because you called for help. And I have no dog in this fight. I don't know any of those people up there, okay? And all I'm saying is, man, is there a way that you can get that property cleaned up before they start really imposing penalties and all of that?
I just got court papers, and I think I'll take the jury trial option just to have more time, so it'll be cleaned up by the time I get in there.
That would be good. How do you have a plan? Do you need help to get it clean? Like what do they want you to do? Get rid of all the cars?
Well, it started with out of ordinary view. I live on a hillside. If I could move a bunch of cars, I'd be in good shape.
Okay, you have 15 cars.
No, I'm down to 6 right now. That's
good. Good.
I'm
what did you do? What did you do with the other ones?
I'm not eating because I'm paying for storage.
Why are you paying for storage? Do these have value?
Yeah.
Like what? Those cars, what value do they have?
I got 5 1960s Carmen Gias.
Oh, really? Are they in good shape?
No, they're all restore projects. But
no. I mean, of course they're restore projects. People love restoring. I want to know this, though. Are they rust buckets or are they worth restoring?
No, they're in really good shape. Rust-free Colorado cars.
Okay. Maybe you sell them as is and make some money and keep a couple that you can afford to store and to store and then restore. Jonathan, you don't need all of them, right?
Oh, no, I want everything gone. I'm supposed to be retired and relaxing, but I've just been trying to get by.
Well, maybe I can help you. If you have cars you want to sell that are restorable, people are looking for projects from time to time. Carmen Gias are really cool little cars. Do they have engines in them?
Oh, sure, yeah. I even got a convertible.
Hey, Jeff, can you buy parts for those cars? Aren't there a lot of aftermarket?
There's plenty of aftermarket stuff available. Well, I shouldn't say plenty because who knows what's available right now. So you may have to look around a little bit, but I'm sure that they can help.
What else do you have other than the bones of Carmen Gias?
The bulldozer is the big issue.
Okay.
I bought it to move some work on move some dirt on my property, and it broke down, and I'm having trouble finding parts for it. So
how big is it? How big is it?
The D8, 44,000 pounds.
So they want that off your property, right?
Or out of ordinary view.
And you can't
I live on a hillside.
And you can't move it.
No, it's got to move under its own power. It's too big.
And what do you need to make that move?
One of the tracks came off and needs some repair parts, and I have to have them made. There's nothing on the shelf. It's too old.
How do you live? What income do you have?
Social Security disability.
Jonathan, this big giant bulldozer, man. I mean, how are you going to get rid of it?
It's got value. There's economic conditions from last year that are lingering and has hampered my efforts to sell anything.
Okay. If anyone's looking for bones of cars, what other than the Carmen Gias do you have? What other cars?
Old stuff which makes people angry. A 47 GMC, a couple of 1928 Chevy pickups.
But those are pretty cool for restoration projects. They just can't be out in the open.
Right.
Are you willing to sell those?
I'm trying to sell everything.
Give me a list. Listen. Do you have email?
Sure.
Kelly.
That's how I found you.
Kelly, get him to email us a list of his vehicles, including the bulldozer. I will help. And what?
You're amazing.
What?
And their basic status. In other words, you got engines, you
whatever.
got transmissions.
If you could just give me an email. And Jonathan, listen, man, if we can help you, we will. Really, to help. Maybe there's somebody out there that wants that freaking bulldozer.
Jonathan, what specifically did you call us today to help you with?
Good question. Jonathan, what were you hoping we could do for you today? Jonathan?
Just over a year ago, my neighbor said I ruined their property value, and now I'm in serious trouble with the government office her husband works in.
Well, of course.
It's a code enforcement.
Of course. But you gave them the ammunition.
Mm-hmm.
No, you did, Jonathan. See, here's the thing. They may have ill intent, but you fed them the ammunition they need to go after you. It's not like you're not doing what they say. You are probably affecting their values. I'm hoping that you take me for what I'm saying, and we are sincerely trying to help you. So give him the email address, Kelly. Let's get him to email us what we need.
You got it.
You still didn't answer the question. What did he want us to do today?
Trade in,
What is
trade
it
out,
called
trade
out?
down,
He
whatever
said
your
he was
needs are.
being a
The
victim
sharpest
of
weapon that
enforcement
could.
because
They're
of his
gonna give you the
neighbor.
best
Well,
offer
he
in
is.
the
Well,
world.
okay,
The
people
sharpest
call about that
weapon
shit all the
you
time.
can
They
get
don't
is
clearly
located
define
minutes
what they
from
want.
I-25
They
in
want
San Jose.
us to,
With the best
he thinks
appraisals
it's
in
unfair, and I
Tampa,
told him
the
it's
trade
not.
buyers,
It's
you
not.
know,
No,
you'll
you
always
fucking
get
created it.
Get the best deals
What
at the
are you
Sharpest
doing?
Price.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, if you're looking to trade in, go to the
You
Sharpest
said
Price.
44,000
Best
pounds.
service in town. Get more info
How
at
did he buy? If he's on Social Security disability, how do you buy that?
Retirement Planning Center of the Rockies is the place to go to quarterback your retirement plan. That's what I'm doing. You know, a lot of people already have things for their retirement. Maybe you don't have anything. Whatever it is, they can help you coordinate. For example, they don't just do investing or help you with investing, but how about taxes, income taxes, property taxes, Social Security for optimum benefits, knowing when to take them, when to hold them. Also, what about Medicare and supplements, insurance and annuities, long-term care, estate planning? There's so much. It's a big puzzle, and they can help put the pieces together. Here's the deal. Call them and just talk to them. You may or may not hire them, but you know what they'll do? They'll meet with you as many times as it takes for you to make that decision. No charge. rpcenter.com. Find out what they do, how much it'll cost you, and if it's a good fit for you. That's what I'm doing. rpcenter.com, 970-663-3211, 970-663-3211. Another company I want you to call if ever you have any property damage from fire, flood, mold, unattended death, crime, meth labs, whatever it is, American Restoration. Why do I say that? Because the restoration business sucks. And most people are going to rip you off and rip off your insurance company or do terrible work. But with American Restoration, you can trust Rock and his team to do what it takes to do it the right way. All of the EPA certifications and knowledge and experience you need for remediating dangerous situations, whether it be mold or asbestos or whatever it is. Call him. He works with insurance companies or your public adjuster or both. 833-7-AM-REST, a company you can trust. 833-7-AM-REST or AmRest247.com. That stands for American Restoration. AmRest247.com. I met Mitch Floria many years ago, went out to his Golden showroom, and he told me how he did business. He said, Tom, when I do countertops, whether it's man-made material or natural stone, whatever they want, I buy it and charge them only the wholesale price. I don't mark it up. And he said, I tear out and haul away all the old stuff free, and I also do the bathroom vanity free when I do the kitchen. What I charge for is a modest price for fabrication and installation, so I can give people prices on the phone. Hey,
You don't do better than that. TheArtOfGranite.com. Get your price. TheArtOfGranite.com. 303-386-5919. 386-5919.
Hello, this is Kurt Gambier with Centennial Capital Partners. Considering a Roth conversion is right for you?
Call 303-584-11612 to discuss.
Securities offered through Cambridge Investment Research, Inc., a broker-dealer, member of FINRA SIPC. Investment advice represented Cambridge Investment Research Advisors, a registered investment advice, Cambridge and Centennial Capital Partners, and not affiliated.
Hi, it's Mandy Connell. Join my friend
Some of those cars he may have built up over the years. He lived in Aspen, he had money.
Yeah. And we bought a 44,000-pound tractor, he had money. And a screw loose. Yeah. I mean, something does, this isn't right. No.
Inflation just broke a nearly 40.
Well, you've been around here long enough to know, Jeff, that we never get the whole story.
You are losing more and more of your hard-earned savings, but you can fight back. Instead of letting Democrats
bought a tractor for $44,000.
With trillions spent on the
that thing probably cost $45,000 to $50,000.
What you've earned by converting your IRA.
But he did have to do some dirt work on his property.
With Birch Gold Group. Hi, this is Steve McKay.
Yeah.
Birch Gold's many happy customers. To learn how
like
to
set your own remember what Paul say now for the rest of the story?
Text the word shelter.
We always get the rest of the story.
9898. Gold-backed IRAs make it simple to ensure your
Some
savings
still do shows?
When
He
you
was
need
doing some shows for a while.
tax-shelter.
Was Paul Harvey, his son
No
was
matter
doing some
what
shows for a
happens in
while.
Washington, D.C.
Was he still doing it?
I guess if you
didn't know you were going to
right now to get your free info kit on gold IRAs. There's nothing to buy, no obligation at all. Text SHELTER 989898. Take action, do it today.
Hi, it's Mandy Connell. Join Brian Ott of 525 Advisors for Long-Term Care Radio, Saturday afternoons at 1 on 630 KHAL. Learn about new long-term care plans in Colorado, even ones that pay you back if you don't need it. 525longtermcare.com.
Be sure your retirement plan is ready to work for you. Listen to Denver's Dollars and Cents radio show with Troy and Lori Hampshire of Hampshire Wealth Management this Saturday morning at 6 and Sunday morning at 8 on 630 KHAL, Denver's talk station.
This report is sponsored by College Invest. Clouds gradually increase today with a slight chance for some light flurries into the foothills and across the metro area later in the day today. Temperatures topping out right around 30. I'm Fox 31 Pinpoint weather meteorologist Travis Michaels. It's tax season, which could be saving season if you open a college savings account with College Invest. Not only will you be saving for college, you can earn a Colorado income tax deduction for 2022. Start saving today at collegeinvest.org.
The Ridiculous Crime Podcast proves that true crime isn't always about mayhem and murder. Sometimes it's just silly. Take a deep dive into the absurd side of criminality with tales of stupid capers and idiotic cons that are 99% murder-free and 100% ridiculous.
16-year-old Max Wade decides to steal the yellow and black Lamborghini Gallardo Spider. The owner? You know him as Guy Fieri.
Listen to Ridiculous Crime on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK,
713-8255. WaterPros.net, the best water systems at the lowest prices. WaterPros.net, you can get whole house softening for under $2,000, computerized, filtered. Also, you can get and the slow maintenance or a drinking fountain. Never buy water again. Drinking water. WaterPros.net, 303-862-5554. Under $1,000 for that drinking fountain at the kitchen. All right, let's keep going. Now, we are taking people in how long they've been waiting here. General question from Bill. Bill, go ahead. What's going on, Bill?
How's it going?
Good, man. What's happening?
Okay, 2021 vehicle. It turned a year old yesterday. 750 miles on it.
Wait. How many miles on it?
What's that?
How many miles?
750.
Total miles. Okay.
Engine change oil light came on. I think it was yesterday. So.
This is a brand new car.
Right. It's the original oil that it came with.
750 miles and oil change light comes on? Doesn't sound right.
That's why I'm calling. Is it by time? Because
you remember how it used to be? You had to change it the first 1,000 miles, and then after that. But that's not now, right, Jeff? Do they have break-in periods?
No, you should be able to go with regular service interval on it. I mean, it's not going to kill you to change the oil, but most likely that clock wasn't set correctly. Either that or how long has that vehicle been in service?
Well, it's a year old.
Oh, that's what it is.
We'll come on for that.
That's what it's time or miles.
Right, because see, I've called up like Mobile One and stuff, and they said, well, atmospheric.
Well, hold on, Bill.
Crap in, you know.
Bill, atmosphere has nothing to do with it. Your car doesn't.
I know.
Your oil. Your car's not reading that oil for atmosphere. It's either time or miles.
Well, what they're referring to is it'll actually absorb water over time.
Well, okay, but
so that's what they're talking about, atmosphere.
But the check engine light comes on for time or mileage. There's no intelligence in there. I don't know. Do some of these? Is there anything that tells you dirt? It would be nice if they had a probe to tell you if it's dirty.
Well, some of them do actually on some vehicles, but
like a plug. You mean that accumulates?
Well, no, they'll have sensors that'll read like if you're getting too much fuel inside the oil or something to that effect. So change that oil sooner.
But you know, am I still with you?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, now just take it this way. Okay, we live here. Now, they're talking about moisture in the air and stuff like that. Now, if I live, say, on Long Island, where I grew up, there's all kinds of moisture in the air. So what is that? No good in 6 months?
No, they're not. What they're telling you is not true, okay? They're not reading the moisture in that oil, bro. They're not doing it. I don't care what they tell you. They might tell you in some climes you have to change oil more often, but they're not telling you that the check or the change oil light is reading moisture.
And they're going to give you the politically correct answer so that in the event something were to have happened, you're not going to blame them for a failure.
Yeah. So I would say, if it's been a year, change it. Nothing wrong with that. 303-713-TALK. Now, Daniel, what about your Shelby? What's happening, Daniel?
So I am calling you back. We talked a couple of weeks ago about it.
Okay. Hold on. Let me remember this, or go ahead and start explaining it, and I'll find it.
So it has some sort of vibration, like hitting a rumble strip on the highway.
Yeah.
I don't think it's death wobble. So basically, to this point, Ford has put over $7,000 worth of parts and labor into it.
What year is this?
It's
a 2017, right?
17 Shelby F-150, yeah.
Wow.
So they put $7,000 worth of parts and labor into it. I bought the truck in June of 2020, and it's spent approximately 6 months at the dealership. They were out of ideas, so they flew in engineers from Ford, and the engineer from Ford drove it, hooked up a vibration monitor to it, said, yes, something is wrong with it. Yes, we acknowledge that there's something wrong with it, but it is within our tolerances, so no repairs needed.
So, wait a minute. There's something wrong with it, but it's within our tolerances.
Yep.
Okay, I found your problem here.
Their flagship truck.
50,000 miles when you bought it, right?
It had, roughly 50,000 miles. Right now it has 58,000 miles
They
on it.
feel a wobble, but say it's within tolerances.
Yeah, they said that their spec for vibration is a 0.2, whatever that means, and my truck registered a 0.1. So they're saying they acknowledge that there's something wrong. I was like, so if I went and drove any other F-150 on your lot, it would do the same thing? And they're like, no, it's doing something, but it's within our tolerance. So it's no repairs needed.
Okay. Well, what do you think? What do you think, Jeff? I mean, I've never heard of such a thing.
Yeah, I think it's time to go to somebody in the aftermarket, get the problem fixed, and then deal with Ford.
Well,
come back to them.
Well, it's not. First of all, it's not under warranty. I mean, they don't have to do anything for you.
It is under warranty. They're still covering it.
Wait, they're still covering it. For what reason would that be?
The mileage on the truck.
Yeah, but it's
the powertrain goes to 60,000 miles.
Okay. How many years though?
I think it's 5 years, 60,000.
Okay, so
everything they've done, they've covered up to this point. They've literally in the last.
Okay, got it.
Since I've owned it, they put $7,000 into it.
Okay, good. Now what we have to do is before the warranty runs out. Although I'd make the argument after it runs out, if somebody finds it and you have been complaining about it, they're going to cover it. But I'd rather get it done before. You have to do what Jeff says. You have to get
acknowledge that too.
Yeah. So you have to get someone else to diagnose it other than Ford, obviously, or a good truck dealer, or a good Jeff. Could you diagnose that? Do you think?
I'd be willing to take a crack at it.
Have you ever done weird stuff like that?
We've had plenty of weird stuff come through. Yes.
Now, where are you located?
I live in Firestone.
Okay. Now, again, I can tell you, who do we have up north? You can go to Purify. See, I like Purify Chevrolet. They have a great service department. You know, this one woman said, I don't want to go back there, blah, blah. I don't know what the issue was. But they're pretty good. And by the way, they don't work on just Chevys. You should go there. They're good and honorable. Or, I'm going to point you up north to, how far from Longmont are you?
I'm super close to Longmont.
Hands On Auto. Tom. They're good people. They're smart people. And here's the good part. If they find it, you can then go back and get your warranty, or you can, but you may have to pay for the diagnostics. But
well, he can even get the repairs done and then make a claim to Ford.
You can?
Yeah, it's kind of a backwards way of doing it, but yes, if Ford has gone through all this and they're basically washing their hands of it, and you get hands-on to actually repair it, and then you have the proof of that, then you make a claim with Ford.
That's okay. I would call them first. Here's what I would do, Daniel. If I went to Purify or Hands On Auto Tech, if I did that, I would say, before you repair it, let's call them. Then I would call that dealer and say, look, we found a problem. Now, what are we going to do? And work it out, because I don't know if I'd want to go through and spend a lot of money if I wasn't sure they were going to pay for it. But start there. You got to get someone independent to look at it. 303-713-8255. Harold has a problem with Kohl's returning something, and a 2018 Chevy with Keith coming up.
Yeah, we've had that before where we've done repairs and then where the dealer had turned it down. They have to make a claim, and it's usually a fight, and they have to have plenty of documentation. It can take months, but they generally reimburse.
Say the EU just froze Putin's personal assets.
Oh my goodness!
Now though, that wasn't Biden who did that.
The EU.
Yeah. Fucking Biden doesn't have the balls to do it.
Well, Biden can't.
Well, now that they're in the Ukraine, they probably have a bunch of third on Biden
too. To do it, or Biden could have done economic sanctions against him here personally.
Okay, did he not do that?
No, they flat out said. Even CNN was the one that quoted him. Why aren't you sanctioning him personally? And he wouldn't answer. It was CNN by all means.
Okay. Yeah, somebody just asked me how confident and comfortable was I with buying.
Biden's not prepared to comment on China's role, especially when we're still on the payroll.
You're buying her lunch, you're about to eat it, one or the other, huh?
Coming up on the Ben Ferguson podcast, it's very clear that the media and the White House are terrified over the Durham investigation. And now they've started a campaign of misinformation to tell you that it's all a conspiracy and a lie. Well, it's not, and we'll prove it. Download the Ben Ferguson podcast now.
David Ellis Jewelry
will buy your old medals of any kind in jewelry, coin collections, mismatched, tangled messes. Yeah, if you have a junk jewelry drawer or something you'd never use and it's old, that's what David Ellis wants. He'll give you a check on the spot. And here's the deal. Usually, to sell gold and silver, what you do is you have to send it away to someone who says they'll give you an honest assessment, or you have to go meet someone in a hotel room that's passing through town. No, don't do that. DavidEllisJewelry.com at 3rd and Clayton. He's been in town 40 years. You can trust him. He'll give you a quick assessment and a check on the spot. 303-322-8779. DavidEllisJewelry.com, 3rd and Clayton. 303-322-8779. All right. You've heard me talk about core scans, and I would love for you to call me if you've had it done and tell me the results and what your doctor said or what they referred you to said, because there's treatment for soft plaque that can hurt you. There's treatment. This is not a calcium score. This is way more predictive of heart disease and risk of stroke. It's soft plaque. It takes about 15 minutes. $189 could save your life. Core scans CORESCANS.com, C-O-R, that's without the E, CORESCANS.com, 720-740-2663, 720-740-2663.
With a new year comes new ways to save big. Belco Credit.
Because gold is at a highest level in a long time. Yeah, because of the, anytime there's some disruption, gold always goes up. I think it's up to 19 and change an ounce.
Stop by any Belco branch, call 1-800-BELCO-1, or visit belco.org/CD to open a CD online in minutes. Belco membership is required. Conditions and restrictions apply. Insured by NCUA. Belco, banking for everyone.
The shortage of computer chips needed to make vehicles is likely to persist. That doesn't mean new cars aren't being made, just that they're being made in smaller quantities than
you know what? We see it in a desperate for viewers. They're doing this documentary on, or this report on Alex Jones, Megaphone for Conspiracy, because he has 10 times their audience on his fucking website. His little newscast. So does Drudge. So does the one they'd love to cancel. They did make it. Yeah, fuck 10. He has 10 times their viewership. Rogan's kick. He doesn't give a shit. He outperforms local news. National news. He doesn't give a shit what they think of him.
Well, he's done with podcasts with what Rush Limbaugh did for talk radio.
That's right. That's exactly right. That is probably exactly right.
John Elway gets more inventory and sells them for better prices. So please get started at elwaydealers.com. That's elwaydealers.com.
So many people have told me about Orchard, and no wonder. It's the new way to sell. For example, Orchard makes you a cash offer for your home. And when your home sells for more, you keep the difference. No longer do you have to choose between an easy home sale or the best price for your home. Let me tell you about Rudy, an Orchard customer. Rudy's home sold on the market for $33,000 above his cash offer.
Greenberry.
Oh, I'm singing now.
But with Orchard, he got more cash at closing.
It's these guys right here.
Isn't unique. 99 out of 100 Orchard customers sell on market for more than.
Where did the refugees flee to? Poland.
Poland. Yeah, it's right on their western border.
I've got a friend that's trying to get they're kind of a faux family out of there right now. As the bombs were going off, trying to get off the Warsaw.
You have friends that live there.
What are the Poles allowing them to come in?
Who are they? How do you know?
I don't know. Some friends of mine, they knew them when they were in the military. And she's a widow, and that's her daughter's. They were packing this morning, had to get off the phone because the bombs started going off, and they're trying to get into Warsaw. I shouldn't say it's open border.
Was Poland part of the USSR?
No.
Never. Oh.
It was a
talk station.
Well, remember, it was taken over by Germany in World War II, and then it was freed up. It was part of it. Well, remember they had a communist state, and then.
Hi, Tom Martino here. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Welcome to the show. Keith has a 2018 Chevy Colorado. What's going on, Keith?
Hey, Tom. So, yeah, I've got a, that's correct, a Chevy Colorado 2018. It's a diesel, and I'm the original owner of it, so I've had it since new.
Okay.
And it's got about 12,000 miles on it now, and the check engine light came on, and it went into a deregulating mode, and it lost all its power. Well, anyways, on January 8th, I ended up taking it to the Chevy dealership, and they said that
which dealership, sir? Which dealership?
So I took it to Auto Nation.
Okay.
North Auto Nation, right off from 25. But anyways, it's not the dealer I bought it from. The dealer I bought it from used to be Century. They're now Fowler, but I've had a lot of problems with them. So anyways, I was trying to go to a different dealership. And they found, and they've treated me good.
Wait, in the past, you took it to Fowler, right?
No, I took it to Auto Nation.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you said it was Fowler. It was now okay. So Auto Nation. So what happened?
Yep. So they found that the air filter was bad, and that it was sooted up. They said so. They did a regen on it, a manual regen, and they replaced the air filter. They returned the truck back to me. I picked it up. I drove it about 10 miles, and the check engine light came back on. And then all of a sudden, the stability track light came on as well, too, and said stability track was deactivated. And then I lost all power in it. I could only do about 3 miles an hour.
Wait, was this worse? Hold on. Was this worse than the first time it went into limp mode?
Yes. Yes.
They said the air filter was your only problem.
Well, they said the air filter, and they had to do a manual regen on it.
What does that mean?
They manually regened the exhaust system to clean the soot out of it, I guess.
Okay, that's what they call cleaning.
Yeah, they'll get plugged up. The vehicle's supposed to go through and clean it out as you're driving. You have to maintain like 45 mile an hour for 20 minutes. That's what the DEF, the diesel exhaust fluid, is for.
Okay.
They introduce that. It burns that soot off.
Okay, so they cleaned it.
And that's one thing I had mentioned to them. I said, well, I've never seen a light come on for it. I've never seen it since I've owned it. And I'm the original owner.
So the exhaust, they're not saying the exhaust was clogged. They're just saying it was dirty?
If it gets too full, it will shut you down until you get in for a regen, and it has to be manually done.
Okay.
Okay, so that's what they did. And then, like I said, less than 10 miles, it did it again. So they actually I couldn't even back up into my driveway. And it's not a very steep driveway, it just had no power. So they made me call Chevrolet because it has full coverage on it, and it's under warranty. It's a drivetrain warranty on it. So I scheduled out a tow truck. They came, picked it up. They took it. Long story short, they told me they had to replace the entire exhaust system.
Okay, but that's under warranty, right?
Correct, which they did. And they replaced the exhaust. I received the truck 2 days after that. Once the repair was done, I was able to pick it up. I literally drove to the end of their lot.
Do these a-holes ever test drive these things? Because how many times have we just heard trucks being brought in for service and the exact same problem, they can't even get out of the driveway? What's going on?
Exactly. Thank you. So kind of where I was going with
All
it.
right,
Now,
so hold on. So wait. You didn't make it out of their parking lot. Then what?
So I turned right around and took it back, and they said, well, they'll have to have their technician. This was at 8 o'clock at night, so all the techs were gone. They had it for about 2 more days. They would put it on a dyno. I told them, you need to drive it. You have to drive it.
Of course.
It acts up. So they did, and they ended up telling me that they found out that they did have a chance to drive it, and yes, it did duplicate the same exact thing. So with further diagnostics, they found that the turbo needs to be replaced.
Okay.
The turbocharger itself, they said it was choking out the exhaust. It wasn't breathing right, and it was getting stuck, is what they told me.
So good. You got a lot of new stuff. Are they going to replace it?
So that's where it's at now. They've had it since January 8th. They're telling me now that the dealership, GM, states that they do not have turbos available, and they have no idea when the turbo is going to be replaced or when they're going to be able to actually get the truck to me. So here's where I'm at with it. The truck has a drivetrain warranty, and as of now, they're not trying to dispute it, but are unable to uphold their warranty agreement regardless of the economic hardships that we're having. So my curiosity...
Well, are they giving you a loaner?
Exactly. I was wondering what any recourses I would have for a loaner.
I would demand one. I mean, they are breaching their contract with you. It doesn't say in your warranty unless we can't find one.
Yeah. Or do I have any recourse to an equal replacement? We're talking a $60,000. It's a CR2. It's a rock climber.
I think you do. But that's me. I think you do. Or can't they take is there an aftermarket turbo, even if it's more expensive and better? Can they find one of those? Is there an aftermarket, Jeff?
I'm not familiar with one, but that doesn't mean there's not. I'd have to look it up.
Keith, what?
So they're telling me that the only way they could get their hands on one is through the factory. They can only use GM certified parts.
In order to maintain the warranty, that would be accurate.
Okay. Oh my God, this is such a nightmare.
I'm without a vehicle, but so.
Well, you know what? This all goes back to the shutdowns. I swear to God, this whole thing all goes back to that. Everyone has the problem. But now what do you do? What do you do?
Right.
I mean, how long do you wait? For a year? Of course you can't.
Well, that's exactly. So I can't get the Samsung TV, but it's got a warranty. So okay, give me my money back, and I'll go buy the JVC.
You know what? I would actually sue them for my money back. I really would. But here's the problem: your money back's not going to make you whole.
No.
You can't touch a truck right now.
Today.
Well, I know, but that's not their fault.
Yeah.
Would you be satisfied with your money back?
Yeah, that's a great question.
Let me ask you something. How much are you into that truck all in? Don't give me BS prices. Give me what you actually paid for that truck.
I paid $62,000 for it.
All right.
It is paid for.
Okay, now $62,000. If you had $62,000, what could you buy?
That's it. It's a diesel. Now the other thing is that I've set it up with a tow. It has a flat tow system on it, so that was additional. So it's towed behind a motorhome.
Yeah, but was that flat tow system put in by the dealer?
It was put in professionally, yes.
By the dealer?
Yes.
The Chevy dealer where you bought it?
Yes, the original Chevy dealer.
Good.
Century, yes.
They should Chevy should give your money back, man. I don't see how they get around it, but I don't think that'll help you. What you have to do, Jeff, are you looking to see if they make some...
Well, I'm actually looking up the direct OE part itself, and I'm not seeing where it's actually back-ordered.
Are they lying to you, Keith?
I'm actually in the process right now. I could check out and buy this.
He can buy it. He can buy it right now on the computer.
So they're lying to me?
Well, it looks like it to me.
Okay.
Keith, you can tell him you went to a mechanic who went online with his account and he can buy it. Right now. So ask them, if he buys it, will they install it? But they have to pay for it. They have to pay for it. Or ask them to do it. I think they're jerking you around, man. This is ridiculous. Call us back. Don't forget. You can call us back, 303-MARTINO. 303-627-8466.
GM direct wholesale.
This report is sponsored
$758.
Right there.
That motherfucker.
Don't you think it's amazing that there are so many complaints we get about auto dealers and mechanics that aren't competent and can't fix problems?
He knows more than ever. Most people that come to him have been fucked once.
That's what I'm saying. It's amazing that it's such a rip-off industry.
Well, it's easy to do. If you don't speak Greek, you don't know that I'm not speaking Italian.
Right. No,
But I've never understood that. Sometimes this business can be hard enough doing it the right way. I can't imagine dodging lances all day long.
I know.
Now they've started a campaign of misinformation to tell you that it's all a conspiracy and a lie. Well, it's not, and we'll prove it. Download the Ben Ferguson podcast now.
I trust Fix-It 24/7 in my home. They did an on-demand water heater. Oh, my God, it's beautiful. They did a furnace. You know what? If you need plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, and drains, you can turn to them. FixMyHome.com is the website. FixMyHome.com. For $24, they're going to do an extreme clean and check of your furnace. Now, it used to be $39, which was a steal, because these people spend sometimes hours and they take it apart to the extent they can. It's a refurbishment with a no breakdown guarantee. $24? You can't buy coffee for a week. FixMyHome.com. Blake Harris Law will answer your questions about estate planning free of charge. BlakeHarrisLaw.com. That's right. Ask anything you want. Here's the number, 833-ASK-BLAKE. Hey, Blake, do I need a trust as well as a will or just a will? Or, Blake, how do I leave my home? Just my home, that's all I have. Or, Blake, what about a bank account? Or should it be joint? Here's the deal. He'll give you answers, and then he only charges you flat rates for what you hire him to do. 833-ASK-BLAKE. I talk about Genesis Total Exteriors quite often, about how they can take care of you when it comes to storm damage, wind damage of any kind. Hail damage of any kind. And they go from the roof to the gutters to the siding, the windows, the doors, the decks, the outbuildings, and inside as well. Damage to ceilings. Or they can do basements. They can do like regular home improvements, baths, kitchens. They can do it all. Genesis, your one reliable source for home improvements and insurance damage. 303-679-8509. That's GenesisTotalExteriors.com.
There are lots of places to get national news, but for the local
restroom.
Lunch is here.
What you got?
Oh, you want pizza?
Oh, he did it secretly this time. He did it secretly this time. Y'all's a mess.
Go have some.
I am.
Grand prize show home, plus $800,000 in bonus cash. Located in the exclusive community of Montana, this custom-built show home comes fully furnished, professionally decorated, and landscaped. There are over 11,000 incredible prizes, including vehicles, vacations, season tickets, and more. Make a mighty difference for patients and families at Children's Hospital, Colorado. Buy your tickets now at MightyMillionRaffle.com.
Did you know that there's more to mortgage refinance than just a lower rate? Well, it's true. You can also shorten the term. You could drop mortgage insurance, or you could even access some of your home equity as cash. That's what you ought to be doing right now by calling American Financing, Colorado's home for home loans. Michael Brown here, and I want you to call American Financing because several personal friends of mine work at American Financing. I want you to tell them that I sent you, and you'll get a free, no-obligation mortgage review. I promise you they're not going to pressure you, and they certainly won't charge any upfront or hidden fees. If you like what you hear from my friends, they'll design a custom loan to fit your budget and your needs. And they might help you skip 2 payments if you want to do that. So why not call? Ask for anyone who's a friend of Michael Brown, and they'll get you started in only 10 minutes. Give a call. Ask for anyone to work with me, and you can pre-qualify for free when you call 303-695-7000. 303-695-7000, or visit online, AmericanFinancing.net.
NMLS 122334, regulated by the Division of Real Estate. What's done more to improve overall health and wellness? Modern medicine or personal hygiene? Actually, it's both. But considering that bathing went mainstream in the 1800s and brushing your teeth in the 1900s, isn't it time for something new, like cleaning your nose? Well, your nose is the body's air filter for trapping dirt and germs. The first line of defense against allergens, bacteria, and viruses from getting into your lungs. But how do you clean your nose? With Navage. Navage isn't medicine, it's more like plumbing. Navage uses powered suction to pull saline in one nostril to the very back of the nose where germs can get trapped and multiply, and then out the other nostril, flushing out mucus and microbes so you can breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and they will help you.
Hey guys, the pizza's here if you want to come get some.
He asked for extra cheese on that pepperoni. I'm telling you what, they didn't fuck around.
Oh my goodness. My wife just made that pizza and sent it up here. Oh yeah. So, I mean, she's fucking queen on pizzas. I'm like, come on.
This Sunday, Peace to You brings you encouragement and a fresh, uplifting start to your week. Peace to You comes every Sunday, right here on 630 KI at 7:30 a.m. Denver's talk station, 630 KI.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Let's talk to David. David, what's
going on with you, David? David?
Hey, Tom, how are you?
Good, man. What's going on?
Well, I just wanted to call because I just won a jury verdict yesterday in state court here versus Metropolitan State University of Denver.
Really? What did you sue them for? Or were they suing you?
Well, it's a great question. That's why I called. I called with the intent of trying to help everybody out there.
So wait a minute, David. You were in court yesterday. The jury found in your favor against Metro State College. What was the lawsuit?
Yes. Breach of contract.
Now, were you working there?
I was a business professor in their college of business.
Okay. Okay, tell me what happened.
Well, what happened was I was initially hired there in 2016. Things were going really well. Invited a lot of guest speakers. Arrived. They had no flags from many of the countries around the world. Helped them get some flags up. Working, teaching, researching, and was getting ready to go into a tenure faculty position in 2017. And as I'm getting ready to go forward with that, I get an email saying, your contract, we've decided to rescind your contract offer, and you're banished from campus. You can't return to campus either.
Why did they fire you and banish you?
No cause. They gave no cause.
But no, I'm asking your gut, man. Why did they do it? Were you politically incorrect in their eyes?
That's a great question. I don't know, but I can tell you they never gave me a cause. But then afterwards, they were stating that I had all of these allegations against me.
Okay, what allegations?
Sexual.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay, what were they? Did they have victims, so-called victims, alleged victims?
We went through this in trial. They were basically ludicrous allegations.
Were they students? Were they students?
Well, some of them were students, and then other ones were administrators. So
okay, now
one of them
how many were there?
Yeah.
How many?
According to them, being Metro, they said there were 3 students, 1 administrator, and 1 work-study student.
Can I ask you something, though, man? Why?
Sure.
It's too hard to coordinate that many people. I mean, you sure there wasn't something there? I mean, David, you say you won, but I don't understand how they got all those people to testify or to state that you sexually harassed them or whatever.
Well, thank you for the question. That's why I'm calling. Yes, I won, but that's why I'm calling, because I don't feel that I won as far as justice is concerned. Because, number one, they had none of those people at the trial.
Wait, there was no testimony against you, just claims.
Just allegations.
I get it.
And they even admitted that there were no formal complaints. But yet, I got to tell you, this was a breach of contract claim yesterday where I won, but it originally started with a discrimination claim in U.S. District Court here in Colorado. That was dismissed because of sovereign immunity, meaning, nobody can sue the king, right?
Well, hold on. Sovereign immunity, they said you couldn't sue the college?
Yeah, they dismissed, the judge dismissed the case.
Well, okay. I mean, there must have been another reason, because you can sue colleges.
Right, but the basis was for a Title VII. I had a Title VII and Title IX through my attorney. The judge, and I'm not saying anything to undermine the judge. I assume he's just going by the law, but yet he dismissed the case based upon sovereign immunity. He brought Title VII and Title IX together, grouped them together, but yet my opinion was Congress.
Title VII is for what, and Title IX is for what?
Title VII is for discrimination.
And Title IX?
Title IX is it's basically for universities where if somebody has a sexual allegation, they have very strict guidelines, the Department of Education.
Okay. Now, David, obviously, though, something went wrong there. Obviously, something went wrong there, man. I mean,
Correct.
What do you really think it was?
I think, these are things to say. The lawsuit was a reverse discrimination lawsuit.
I'm asking you, what do you think the real reason is they got rid of you? You have a hunch. What do you think it was?
White man over 50.
Okay. Why would they just get rid of
women? They were all women. They were all women in the administration.
All right, hold on, because I'd like to know what you won, and I'd like to discuss it, but I'm going to take other calls as well. But this is a very good call. I hope you hang on. I'm Tom Martino. We have more coming up on the Troubleshooter Show.
Get your calls in. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255.
I want to know why he feels like he gets rid of them.
Well, I'm telling you, man, that guy, he's not a nut. I discerned he's not a nut.
This fucking pizza got way too much cheese on it.
That thing's a heart attack.
It ain't waiting.
What's that?
It's not waiting.
It's not waiting. I'm coming, Elizabeth. I'm coming. Right, Elizabeth? Was it Elizabeth?
I think so.
Yeah.
Even.
No,
that was Archie's.
Yeah, it was Archie. I did Fred Sanford was Elizabeth. It was always feigning the heart attack. Right.
No. Fuck no. Nah, man. Can't do that. Fucking cheese rug is killing me. Yeah, I do the same thing at home. My wife does it. Gotta pick it up. Save my pepperonis.
ABC News, I'm Zach McKee. As Russian troops move closer to Ukraine's capital, NATO members, including President Biden, met virtually on what steps to take beyond sanctions. NATO Secretary General Jens Stoltenberg.
Russia has shattered peace on the European continent. What we have warned against for months has come to pass, despite all our efforts to find a diplomatic solution.
Russia's foreign minister signaled that Russia is ready for talks if Ukrainian troops surrender. President Biden will speak this afternoon on his nominee for the Supreme Court, a federal appeals court judge serving on the D.C. Circuit Court. ABC's Devin Boyer has more on the president's pick.
Ketanji Brown Jackson is widely considered a measured judge. Of course, she does have her critics, but she's authored 600 opinions on the district court. Only 12 of those were reversed.
If confirmed, Judge Jackson will be the first black woman listed on the High Court. This is ABC News. With Russia's invasion of Ukraine, security officials are on alert for possible Russian cyber attacks, not just in Europe, but also in the U.S. Now, Homeland Security officials are urging American companies and local.
We're on the lookout for Russian cyber attacks, not only in Europe, but in the U.S.
Actually, we're asking United States Border Patrol agents to join helping people out.
$1.4 billion to expand and
What?
They're asking United States Border Patrol agents to go over to Poland and help with getting people over, making sure that they're vaccinated or whatever, and so on and so forth, and then getting them over here to the U.S. But you have to be vaccinated or have had the virus within the last 6 months, or be willing to test it. You're worried about the coronavirus.
Willing to test every 6 hours.
But they haven't been allowed to do their jobs here, so let's send them to Poland.
Modern medicine or personal hygiene actually is but considering that
Huh. That said Nooners are research. Nooners. So health act. At AT&T, I had a supervisor whose last name was Nooner.
But how do you clean your nose with Navage? Navage isn't medicine, it's more like plumbing. Navage uses powered suction to pull some from the very back of the nose where germs can get trapped and multiply, and then out the other nostril, flushing out mucus and microbes so you can breathe.
It was a she.
More or less.
Yes, it was a she. And she was kind of cute, too.
Technobot.com, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Bed Bath & Target. Navage, clean nose, healthy life.
And live right around the corner.
Jay Howard, 1203.
Good afternoon.
Afternoon delay. Who's saying that? Afternoon delay.
Okay. Are they going to accept her? Are they going to try and Starland?
Mm-hmm.
What's that?
Who's saying that?
Oh, yeah. Okay. Somebody just posted a new Star Rockets in sight.
Yeah. Part of the lyrics.
What other kind of allegations are there? Not sexual allegation. It's not an allegation.
Finally cleared a wreck on 270 before Vasquez that was backing up traffic to I-70. Still watch for some minor slow traffic as you work your way through. On I-70, slow traffic eastbound from around Pecos out through to York and westbound heavy up through that construction section east of I-25 between 270 and York. So watch for that construction.
That's when I learned what a nooner was. I had no idea. She came in the building. The other guys in my crew started laughing at her name. Then I realized
looking to save money.
I'm nooner.
Wise from Allstate, the safer you drive, the more you can save. At Allstate, better protection costs a whole lot less. Visit Allstate.com or call an agent for a quote today.
Bitcoin, Ethereum, Dogecoin. Get the lowdown on all things crypto.
Coconuts are still nuts. Okay, now.
Yeah.
I just showed.
Just really hurts. I don't move them, okay.
Yeah. On what side stop battle square? Understanding Bitcoin.
Makes more sense. Yeah.
Listen to the Coin Bureau podcast on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcast.
I mean, this thing 2.5, 3 weeks ago. The only thing you can hear about
Deputy Doctor's pizza in there.
Yeah, no, I'm just going to skip it. Thank you.
The only you can hear about digital currency was bad. And now every third commercial is about joining one of these exchanges.
Oh, the crypto exchanges?
The government trying to back up to y'all.
Doc doesn't want it. So I just don't want them. We either you get them or put them away or use them. Or you guys want more of them.
Oh, good.
I hate waste.
Hi, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK, 713-825-51. Clear Choice Garage Doors is the garage door company that comes out 24/7 for emergencies like a broken spring or something, and a broken spring is an emergency, you can't get the door open, and you got to get to work, right? Or they come out and just replace the opener, the hinges, the springs, whatever it is, the panels, and all of their prices are on their website. They're great people. I've used them my entire time in Colorado. OneClearChoiceDoors.com, 720-370-3987. Use the best. OneClearChoiceDoors.com, 720-370-3987. All right, now, I'm going to take one guy's been waiting and then go back to this very interesting legal issue with Metro State College. Harold, you have a Coles issue. I noticed you waited a little longer than him. I want to get to you. What's going on, Harold?
Hi, Tom. How are you?
Good. What's going on?
Tom, last year on December 23rd, my wife went into Kohl's down here in Parker, and she purchased a very, very nice watch for me for Christmas. She asked the sales lady, if my husband does not like the watch or it don't fit, can we return it?
Well, normally Kohl's lets you return stuff. I mean, what went wrong when you wanted to return it?
Well, they tell me that they do not have the 180-day return on watches. They can only do 30 days.
Well, hold. What do you mean 180 days? Is that their normal policy?
As far as I know, yes, but they're telling me watches are 30 days.
Okay. Well, okay.
And after Christmas, I had the...
Is that written anywhere on their policy?
You know, Tom, I didn't see it posted in the store, and I do not see it on their receipt.
Is the 180 days posted?
Nothing is posted.
Well, then how do you know? Well, hold on then. I'm asking some logical questions. How do you know everything then is 180 days? Or 80 days. I'm sorry, 80 days.
180 days is posted on their website in fine print, and watches and electronic items are 30 days.
Wait a minute. So that's on their website?
Yeah. Now, how many people look at a retailer's website before they go shopping?
Harold?
Yes.
You just made their argument for them. Here's what you said.
Okay.
I asked you, how do you know there's a 180-day return policy? And you said it's clearly stated on their website where they say it's 180 days except for electronics, which is 30 days. And then you just told me, but who expects them to look? Well, obviously you did because you knew about the 180 days. So I don't even know.
I went into the store to return it. They told me it's on their website.
Harold, first, why did you go and return it to begin with?
I just don't care for it.
Okay, I get it. How long did you wait to return it?
Well, I went after Christmas. I'm
asking just roughly, how many days? Just roughly, give me a number.
I was there probably 3 weeks or so after Christmas to return it.
So you were there within 30 days?
Right. And they're
well, hold on. Then there shouldn't be an issue. If you went to return it within 30 days, they should have taken it.
They said it's out of their system. They cannot return it.
Okay. Harold, now you're telling me yet something different. You're saying they would do it if it was within 30 days for electronics, but you were there within 30 days and they wouldn't do it. Okay?
Yeah, real close to the 30-day period.
Well, whether you were either there but within the 30 days or not. But you're not making sense to me, and you have to forgive me, because you had the notion it was 180 days. And the only way to get that notion is on their website. It's not written anywhere else. And in order to get that notion that it's 180 days, you would also find out that electronics were 30 days. So you're not being consistent. You're telling me you knew about the 180 days, but you didn't know about the 30 days, and your reasoning is, who goes on the website before they go shopping? Well, guess what? Somebody did, because you knew about the 180 days.
After they told me it's on their website, I asked them, it's not posted.
Okay, Harold, do you hear what you're saying then? So you had no idea when you brought it back if you had a right to bring it back until you looked on their website, and you're blaming them for that. Do you know most stores are 30 days?
Okay, well...
So just help me understand you. You're saying you took the watch back. I'm going to assume it was after 30 days, because I don't think Kohl's is in the business of doing this, because I have taken things back there all the time. So let's say it was slightly over 30 days, and they say, sir, we don't take these back after 30 days. And you say, why? And they say, it's on our website. So you go to the website, and you see it's 30 days for electronics, but 180 days for everything else. And you're angry that they will allow people to bring back other things after 180 or within 180, but that electronics is limited. Then you tell me, well, how are people supposed to know that? It doesn't even matter if you know it, because returns are a courtesy to begin with, Harold, and they are falling within the standards of the industry, which is 30 days. What if their normal return policy was 5 years? Okay, but normal stores do 30 days. What I'm getting at is that is not what sent you there, is knowing you had a right to return it. It didn't send you there. Everyone assumes they have a right to return. Technically, they don't, unless something's defective. But where they do grant you the privilege, it's usually 30 days. It's usually. Now, in this case, Kohl's goes one step farther, and they will allow you to do 180 days if it's not electronic. I don't get your argument. Are you somehow trying to make a case that Kohl's must return this watch and refund it because you didn't see the website?
We were told 180 days. My wife asked if my husband does not like the watch, if we need
now
to
that's
return
different.
it. The lady
If you hold on, if you were buying that, and they told her when she was buying it, now wait a minute, before I buy this, what if my husband doesn't like it? And if someone told her, don't worry, ma'am, you have 180 days, then you are absolutely right. But you should have led with that. But you didn't. So your wife was told that. Does she have any proof of that whatsoever?
All she can go by is what the lady told her.
Okay. Does she know who the lady? Will that lady admit that she misinformed her? Because I think you're correct, Harold. If your wife's wife was lied to or misinformed by mistake, I think they should take it back. And usually a manager would listen to that. Did you, when you went in, say, now wait a minute, my wife was told she had 180 days?
They're telling me they're sorry, it's 30 days.
Okay. Well, your wife is positive she was told 180 days.
Yes, sir.
Was it about a general return policy, or was it about the watch?
The watch. She says, what if my husband does not like the watch?
I believe you. I believe you. And I believe some clerk there misinformed her. I believe it. But now, when I call the store, you know what they're going to say? We never told them that.
Yeah, well, sure. I know.
I mean, that's what they're going to say. How much was this watch?